Right, welcome guys. Doctor Who 7-day ratings are in. They're catastrophic and they are consistent. Consistently catastrophic and weird in terms of the numbers. There's a peculiar consistency when it comes to everything on iPlayer with Doctor Who, which we actually observed last year with the figures that came out. So the numbers don't make anything better at all. It's 7-day consolidated figures are about what I predicted it would be. It's always that 1 point something, a little bit more, 1.5 odd million. It's always what it is. It's always about 1.3 to 1.5 million people will watch it on catch up, right? That's always been the same thing. It was the same last season. It was really weirdly consistent with the amount of people that were dropping off on the overnights. Even now, these are the lowest rated, lowest viewed episodes ever in all of the history. But there's still that odd consistency. And you'd actually think it's logical to assume that if people are checking out, that they'd check out across the board. And this is where I go into, the territory of just an assumption, but a pretty fair assumption, I think, is that there are numerous government entities, there are numerous sort of, infrastructure in the UK, like the NHS, for instance, that will be playing these shows fairly consistently just on in the background. This may be one of them. It may be. I don't know. It just, to me, the logic of it falling off across the board should happen, and it doesn't, which is quite strange. Unless most of the fans, the die-hard fans, are the ones which watch it on catch-up. That just wouldn't be the case, would it? It'd be the ones which are watching it on the night. Those are the diehard fans. But anyway, whatever. We'll take a look. There's numerous cope from everyone online that is supportive and shilling of the Doctor Who and the BBC from all of the usual sorts. The insane cope is just baffling. Saying that these figures aren't bad is get your head checked. Get your head checked. All of these figures are terrible. So, for the Robot Revolution, which is the Planet of the Incels episode, what are the figures? Well, 3.57 million views overall, which isn't good. Again, when the episode only garnered about 2 million views overnight. So again, it's that odd consistency. And I can show you the odd consistency. It's always been the same. Always been the same. So if we look here for 7-day ratings for TV plus 4 screen, again, it's that 1.4, 1.5 million views. For episode 2, 1.5 million views. For episode 3, this is the 2024 episodes. Again, 1.5 million views. It's that odd consistency that it's just weird. It's weird. It's weirdly consistent. And I know people will be like, why are you banging on about it being consistent? That just means that there's blah, 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 blah. No, because people watching it overnight, generally speaking, when it's live, will probably be the diehard fans. Those watching it on catch-up, of course some of them will be the fans, obviously. There'll be some people wanting to watch it again. 100%. But for it to remain as consistent as it is very unusual. Because if the show is dropping off with the overnight views, which it is massively, the logic would indicate that it would drop off as well with the 7-day, iPlayer. People, would drop off as well. And just the consistency, again, it's just weirdly consistent. Even on the special, 4.11 overnight, 5.9. What is like, 1.8 million. Yeah, sure, it's a little bit more. But it's oddly consistent across it. So these figures got released. This is the Radio Times banging on about it. And it's not good. So it says the 7-day viewing figures have been revealed for the first episode of Doctor Who, Season 15, The Robot Revolution. The episode being watched by 3.57 million viewers. The episode's ratings are similar to those for last season's Boom, while they are down on last season's premiere episode, Space Babies, which was watched by 4 million. I mean, that's tragic, isn't it? Further ratings will be revealed in future for viewership over the episode's first 28 days since release. So the show fell in the top 50 most watched programs of the week, coming in at number 21. It was beaten by such shows as Grace, Britain's Got Talent, and The Apprentice, but beat out others like The City Is Ours and £10 Poms. So, yeah, I mean, beaten by Britain's Got Talent is pretty bad. That's atrocious. And remember, this is the premiere episode. The premiere episode should always be the highest. I mean, it has, funnily enough, been the highest. You know, we're now like to 1.5 million views, overnight ratings. So here's a prediction, because we can predict what the next episode will have 7-day ratings of. It will be about 3 million, because it's that weirdly consistent on the 7-day viewing figures. And make no mistake, there will be sort of government bodies, there will be, again, the NHS is one of them, GP practices. Any of these things will have iPlayer running, right? They'll have iPlayer running, and it must be contributing to it. Politicians, Houses of Parliament, yeah, big sort of industry buildings in London and things like that, they are responsible for a lot of print newspaper still being circulated. No one buys it, but they do. These big entities, these big government bodies. And so it's going to be the same principle here with this show. Right? If you were to actually bear down into the sort of brasses of it all, it's not going to be actual fans doing it. Some of them will be, of course. Absolutely. I'm not saying there's none. But the majority won't be. It'll be government bodies and buildings and things like that. And that's, I owe that logic just down to the consistency of it all. So there you go. These figures suck. They're pretty goddamn bad. There is, again, insane cope online from the usual sorts. But these figures aren't good. They're pretty bloody terrible. Again, it's just that consistency. You can see it here, reported by Doctor Who TV. Episode 2 was 1.59, so it'll be about 3 million. Guarantee it. You can guarantee it. And these, coincidentally, the AI, which is the Audience Appreciation Index, will probably be quite high, I think, for this season. Why? Because as you decline in viewership, the disproportionate people staying to watch it that are just fans will go up. So the negative reviews will go down. And that's, again, just logic. So there you go. I don't have much else to say. This is a disaster. The BBC should just cancel it. Although, again, I've reported numerous times that they have. And now we're hearing that it's going on hiatus. So yeah, it's done. This is done. And it's all down to Russell T Davies being ignorant to what fans want. And just ignorant in general. And just going, yeah, I'm just going to put my homoerotic gay fantasy on pages. Like, no one wants to watch this crap. Clearly, as evidenced by the numbers. So there you go. Those are the figures. What do you think? Let me know. Hit subscribe if you're new here. Take care. Bye-bye now.